Hi, today we're going to be making a quick, easy, nutritious, and delicious Thai pumpkin soup. I'm Kathy Fortner and welcome to my kitchen. I have what a friend of mine calls a working kitchen, which means it's in use pretty much all day, every day. So I may wave to somebody walking by behind the scenes, or there may be some noise. That's what's going on if I do that. Okay, let's get cooking. So we're going to get started. I'm going to be using our enameled cast iron skillet. Now, this recipe calls for a saucepan, but this is a fairly deep skillet, just deep enough. I tested out the volume, so it'll be just deep enough for what we're going to be doing. I wouldn't want anything bigger. I would definitely want more of a saucepan, but I also wanted you to be able to see what was going on in here. So this is the best option that I could come up with at this point, just for my camera angle for you guys. So, okay. Now we're going to turn this up to, make sure I'm doing this right. We are doing over medium heat. Now we're using a recipe from Pampered Chef's Taste Buds subscriptions. It's February 2024, and this is a recipe from that. If you're watching this later, and you can subscribe to Taste Buds and you'll have access to the full library of Taste Buds recipes as a subscriber. So I really love that. And many times you can get the seasonings. The seasoning we're going to be using today is the Pad Thai mix. It's one of our meal mixes, so that's available in our catalog. I'm going to take this off so I can read better. Okay, so we're going to start with this on medium. I love using the enameled cast iron because it comes seasoned, and not even seasoned, because of the enamel. You can use it right away. You don't have to worry about that seasoning process. It retains heat, so it'll stay warm if people are coming in at various times for dinner. We try to have dinner together, but you never know some nights, right? So it retains heat and will keep things warm. It's also very sturdy. This is a generational piece, so it's well worth the investment. Okay, we're going to start with an onion, and we're just going to chop this up. There we go. Skin on this one's a little bit slippery. There we go. I like to keep just like a little garbage thing right here, just so I don't have to worry about it going back and forth to the trash. Okay. That off. There we go. Nope. Okay, throw that piece in there. And we're just going to dice our onions. I'll pull up my sleeves a little bit. They're a bit on the long side. Okay. So for dicing onions, I just like to give little slices here and pull them together and then dice them this way. Okay, I'm sure there are faster ways to dice an onion, and I know I could use my food chopper or my manual food processor, and it'd be much faster, but I decided to go with the dicing it this way this time. There we go. Want a piece of that skin. Woo! That is a strong onion. See some tears going down my face here, and I should have used my food chopper. That would have kept that from happening. Oh well, lesson learned. So, okay. I'm going to give that a kind of stir in there, and we're going to let that onion start to soften. Okay, and the next thing it calls for is 2 cloves of garlic sliced. So I'm going to pull out my garlic tool here. Oh, I wish I'd used that food chopper. There we go. Okay. Getting those tears going. So this is our garlic prep tool. I'm going to pull out 2 cloves of garlic here. That one spit right out there. There's another. Okay, I'm going to use our little silicone peeler here that comes with the garlic prep tool. We're going to peel 2 cloves of garlic. There we go. Shake those peels into my garbage pan. Okay, and then we're going to slice our garlic. By opening this up, make sure that's on there because that will help us get that clean later. We'll put down our clove of garlic. Let's see, yeah, that's our slicer. So I'm just going to press down and slice our garlic. We'll do this on clove number 2. And that's it. And we have our sliced garlic. Easy peasy. Excellent. We'll put that off to the side. Let that cook. Anything that starts with onion and garlic, you know is going to be good, right? And especially since we're working with a soup, there's a good base to pretty much any soup. Let that sweat again. Okay, and next, let's see. Trying to make sure we're following the directions. Okay, we're gonna let our garlic and onions sizzle there for a little bit. Start to soften and get ready. And a nice thing about doing this in a skillet, or a skillet with a lid, or saucepan with a lid, is we can put our lid on and we can retain the heat that way, and that will help things heat up a little bit faster and quicken that process of softening our onion and garlic. Okay, and that is it for I need one more thing with my garbage pail. So we'll put that off to the side and clear some tools here that we're not going to need any longer. I like to keep my workspace clear, and it's these downtimes when you're waiting for something to process. It's a good time to clean up a couple of items, or attend to something. If we're working on the hot stove, you want to stay in the area, obviously, for safety. But it's a good time to throw some things in the dishwasher, rinse things in the sink, that kind of thing. So, so we're going to let that go there. And let me make sure I have everything I'm done with my knife as well. So, okay, great. Okay, so next we're going to, I can hear that sizzling. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so wonderful. Okay. Move that a little bit further out of my way here. So I'll be able to put my lid back over here again. Okay. There we go. Oh, that sizzle. Wonderful. Okay. Starting to get soft there. I love how quickly this is heating up, that the pan is distributing the heat and helping all of this to get cooked. Okay, so next we have a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're going to give it a little bit of warmth, but not too much. And this is a Thai soup, so you can expect a little bit of warmth from it, usually. Now, do you like Thai food? Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're a fan of Thai food. I know my family is. Especially pad thai. We're going to be using the pad, like I said, using the pad thai meal mix. So that flavoring should be very popular in my house. Okay, got that. Okay, next we're going to add coconut milk, vegetable stock, pumpkin puree, and the mix to the pan. So now that we've got our onions, garlic, and red pepper going, we're going to start to add all of our other ingredients. So we have our vegetable broth here. And I actually use Better Than Bouillon, so that was just water mixed with 2 teaspoons of Better Than Bouillon. We have, now this calls for coconut milk, but I have somebody in the house who doesn't like coconut milk, so I'm using cashew cream. And it's just a blend of a cup of cashews with 2.5 cups of water. Now I've blended that together several times until it's nice and rich and creamy. And I'm going to spill out of my jar there. Okay, and that's about a can's worth of coconut milk there. A little bit extra. Okay. And then we're going to add our can of pumpkin. Now, if you don't have pumpkin, you could substitute something like butternut squash or sweet potatoes. So either one of those would work. They're great substitute. All those 3 are pretty good substitutions. So whether you're baking a quick bread or making a soup like this, you can pretty much interchange those. There we go. I don't want to waste any, so make sure I get it off the lid there. Put that into my trash. Okay, get that nice and cleaned out. You could even use homemade pumpkin puree if you wanted to for this. I'm just using canned because it's not the season for fresh pumpkin right now for us. So, okay, we can give that a bit of a, try and incorporate that. I could also be using a whisk right now as well. Either one would work. Okay, I'm gonna double check here. Okay, there we go. Let that get heated up. There we go, starting to break up there. See that? Okay, while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and add our mix. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of the Pad Thai seasoning mix. And when you subscribe to Taste Buds, you get plenty of seasonings. You get enough to do the recipe a couple of times, or do the recipe once and do the side dishes that came with the, I get a right angle here, side dish ideas that came with the subscription as well. So, okay, so there's 1 tablespoon. I know we've got 2 tablespoons worth in here. I measured it earlier. Okay, a little more. There. Okay. Get that close up. There's just a little bit left, so that'll be good on some vegetables later. I'll get that all nice and stirred in like that. Now this dish would be an excellent appetizer, a nice part of lunch if you're going, or even dinner, if you want to do like a soup and salad, soup or sandwich. Do that. You can kind of like you see for, choose 2 at a restaurant or something like that. And this is definitely going to be a restaurant quality recipe. So it can be, like I said, paired up with something. It can make for a light lunch, or if you wanted to make it a heartier soup, you could add a can of chickpeas and a couple of handfuls of probably spinach to it, and that would be really good as well. And that would make it a full meal in and of itself, just to add those 2 things. You could also add some, some other veggies too. I can imagine, I'm just kind of picturing off the top of my head, maybe some steamed or roasted broccoli or something like that. So, like I said, you could keep it as as it is, or you could, bulk it up a little bit too. Okay, so we're gonna let that simmer for a little bit. I'm just gonna put that up in there for a moment and make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so while that simmers, I was going to tell you a little bit about what's in our soup here. So I went onto WebMD and looked up some of our ingredients. So I have a certificate in plant-based nutrition, so I like to know about the the plants and what's going into my food, and what kind of nutrients I'm looking at, right? So with the cashews, I didn't look up coconut, but with the cashews that we're using, cashews are rich in magnesium, manganese, zinc, which is great, especially in the winter when we're dealing with colds and flus and stuff like that. B6, vitamin K. So, but they're also very high in calories. So, just 1 ounce is a serving, which is only about, a small handful. But with that, you get 5 grams of protein. So very healthy there. And then with the pumpkins are rich in beta carotene, which is a powerful antioxidant. It actually helps us fight the growth of cancer cells. So, when you're looking at foods and you want to, look at those different colors, when you're looking at something orange, like your pumpkins, your carrots, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, that kind of thing, you're looking at, those antioxidants, the beta carotene that, is very cancer fighting. Our bodies also turn that beta carotene into vitamin A, which helps with our eyesight. So I know, at this point, I will take all the help with my eyesight that I can get, although I'm one of the lucky ones in the house and I have probably the best eyesight of them. Heart health. So the vitamin A, B1, B6, copper, fiber, folate, calcium, potassium, manganese, magnesium, and iron, all of that in pumpkin. So it's a pretty powerful vegetable. And that fiber also helps us lower our blood pressures and our cholesterol. So that's pretty awesome. 1 cup of pumpkin has 30 calories. So little bit of calories, lots of punch for what you're getting there. So very healthy. I don't know about you. Sometimes I had a hard time getting pumpkin into my kids. And one of the dangers with all those nutrients, one of the things you have to watch out for is how do you usually get pumpkin? It's usually in a baked good, right? So I know, like I said, with my kids, not necessarily huge pumpkin fans unless I put it into a quick bread, which, that comes with its, depending on your recipe for that quick bread, can come with a lot of sugar and other things. So I try to look for quick breads that have whole wheat flour in them. And also many times you can actually, on a baked good, you can reduce the amount of sugar in a recipe by half and no one will notice. So it's our little secret, but it is a great way to reduce sugar, but still have those fun things. Okay, so we're getting some good simmering here. Okay. Now, the next step we're going to do is we're actually going to blend this. We're going to use an immersion blender, and this is from our Flex Plus, which I love. I love when they came out with this because my husband has all these power tools down in the workshop where he can, use the same battery system for several different things. So when they came out with the Flex Plus, it has the immersion blender, the mixer, and the food processor, all using this base and this battery. So this nice rechargeable battery, I don't have to worry about cords everywhere. I could take it on a camping trip or something with us. Very portable. So, okay, we're just going to turn that on there and turn it up. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it, you can tell it's very, very shallow. I waited too long to do that. There we go. We're just going to move this around and blend up our soup. Actually make it nice and smooth there. We do have a little bit of splatter. It's part of the risk of doing this in a skillet versus a saucepan. Separate that. There we go. Okay, put this back in my bowl as well. Give that a little stir again. Look how beautiful. Can you see that? Okay, look at that soup. That is going to be so good, I can tell. Okay, now that we have our soup, I'm going to do a little, I know I put my spoon here, little sample, see how it is. Oh, that is so good. I love those Thai flavors in it. It's just awesome. And a little bit of pumpkin, very, a little bit of sweetness, along with the savory of that pad Thai seasoning mix. It's a perfect combination. Okay, so a couple ways that we can dress this up. I only have one of them with me right now, but you could sprinkle some pepitas, pumpkin seeds on it. Pumpkin seeds are great. Absolutely love those, so healthy. You could also chop up some cilantro, but one other way is just go ahead and drizzle some extra cream on it, and that'll make it look extra pretty. Turn that off the rest of the way. And just give that pretty white drizzle. And you get that contrast in color for serving. I would love it if I had a little bit of that green, how was that? The green cilantro in there too. So, and there we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me or comment below. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have. And other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you.